Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine it's a dark, cold night. A single candle burns in a tiny log cabin. The wind howls outside. Inside, a little boy sits on the dirt floor. He has no shoes, no warm coat, just an old book in his hands. His fingers are cold, but his heart is on fire. He reads by the candlelight, page after page, word after word. This boy has almost nothing. No money, no school, no teachers, but he has a dream so big, so powerful, that one day he will change the entire world. Now, imagine this same boy. 20 years later, he stands tall, very tall. He wears a black suit. He looks out over thousands of people. His voice is strong. His words shake the nation. He holds a pen in his hand. With one signature, he frees 4 million people from chains. Who is this boy? Who is this man? His name is Abraham Lincoln. And this is the most incredible true story you will ever hear. A story of failure after failure. A story of tears and heartbreak. A story of courage that never died. A story that teaches us, no matter how poor you are, no matter how many times you fall, you can rise. You can change the world. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the story of Abraham Lincoln, the boy who had nothing, but gave everything. Today, we travel back in time. We walk in his shoes. We feel his pain. We share his dreams. This is not just history. This is hope. This is courage. This is the power of never giving up. As you listen to this story, let the words sink deep into your heart. Notice the simple words, the powerful feelings. This story will help you improve your English while it changes your life. Let us begin. Abraham Lincoln, the boy who became president. Chapter 1. The Boy in the Log Cabin, Dreams in the Dark. When Abe is 7 years old, something sad happens. His mother gets sick. In those days, doctors were far away. Medicine was not good. Nancy Lincoln dies. Abe is heartbroken. He sits by his mother's grave. He cries. He feels lost. But his father finds a new wife. Her name is Sarah Bush Johnston. She becomes Abe's stepmother, and she is kind. Sarah sees that Abe loves learning. She gives him books. She encourages him. She believes in him too. Abe goes to school sometimes, but not often. The school is far away. The teacher is not always there. Abe studies on his own. He reads every book he can find. He reads the Bible. He reads stories about George Washington. He reads law books. He carries books with him always. When he works in the fields, he reads during breaks. When he walks long distances, he reads as he walks. Think about this. A boy with no money, no fancy school, no teacher every day. But he loves words. He loves stories. He loves learning. This boy will one day change America forever. Abe grows tall, very tall. He is strong. He helps his father on the farm. He splits logs. He builds fences. He plows fields. But his mind is always thinking, always learning. He practices writing letters in the dirt with a stick. He practices speeches to the trees. He dreams of something more. When Abe is 19 years old, he takes a boat down the Ohio River. He sees something that changes him forever. He sees slaves. Black men and women in chains. They are being sold like animals. Abe feels sick. He feels angry. He feels sad. This moment stays with him. It shapes his heart. It shapes his future. As you listen, notice how Abe's childhood was hard. But hard times make strong people. This story helps you improve your listening skills, and it teaches us about courage. Chapter 2. Tears and Trials. When the World Said No. Life is never easy for young Abe Lincoln. After his mother dies, after his stepmother comes, after he sees the slaves on the river, Abe wants to leave the farm. He wants to find his own path. At age 21, Abe leaves home. This is a big step. He says goodbye to his father, goodbye to his stepmother, goodbye to the only home he has ever known. He moves to a new place called New Salem, Illinois. He has no money, no job, no friends there. Just hope. Imagine this. A tall, thin young man walks into a small village. He carries all his belongings in one bag. He looks serious, but kind. People notice him. They see his honest face. They see his strong hands. They see his thoughtful eyes. Abe gets a job. He works as a store clerk. He sells things to people: food, tools, cloth. He works hard. He is honest. People trust him. They call him Honest Abe. This name stays with him his whole life. But Abe wants more. He wants to learn more. He wants to help people more. He studies law. He reads law books at night, by candlelight. He has no teacher, just books, just determination. He studies very hard. Sometimes he falls asleep with books on his chest. Abe tries many things. He runs for local office. He wants to be in the Illinois state legislature, but he loses the election. This is his first failure. He feels disappointed, but he does not give up. He tries again and again. He learns from each failure. He learns to speak better. He learns to understand people better. Picture this moment. Abe is 23 years old. He is in love. Her name is Anne Rutledge. She is beautiful. She is kind. She believes in Abe's dreams. They plan to marry. But life is cruel sometimes. Anne gets sick. She dies very young. Abe is destroyed. He cannot sleep. He cannot eat. He walks alone in the woods. He talks to God. He feels so sad, so alone. Friends worry about him. They think he might hurt himself. But Abe finds strength. He finds strength in books, in work, in helping others. He decides to live, to try again, to make something of his life. Abe tries business. He opens a store with a partner, but the partner dies. The store fails. Abe is left with debts, big debts. He must pay them back. It takes him many years, but he pays every penny. This is why people trust him. He keeps his promises. At age 25, Abe runs for office again. This time he wins. He becomes a member of the Illinois state legislature. He is happy, but he still has debts. He still works hard. He still studies law at night. Abe meets a woman named Mary Todd. She is from a rich family. She is smart. She is ambitious. They marry in 1842. They have 4 sons together. But life is still hard. 2 of their sons die young. This is very sad for Abe and Mary. They cry together. They hold each other. As you listen to this story, notice words like failure, debt, and ambition. These are important words in English. This story helps you understand American history, and it helps you practice listening to long stories in simple English. Abe becomes a lawyer. He is good at his job. He helps poor people. He helps people who cannot pay him. He believes in fairness. He believes in truth. People come to him with their problems. He listens. He thinks. He helps. But Abe has bigger dreams. He wants to help not just one person, but many people. He wants to help the whole country. He sees that slavery is wrong. He sees that it makes America sick. He wants to end it. But many people disagree with him. They want to keep slaves. Abe runs for the United States Congress. He wins. He goes to Washington, D.C. He speaks against slavery. He says it is wrong. He says America should be free for all people, but not everyone listens. Not everyone agrees. Abe loses his next election for Congress. Another failure. But Abe does not stop. He keeps working. He keeps speaking. He keeps fighting for what is right. He knows the road is long. He knows he will face many struggles. But he believes in his dream. He believes in America. Think about this. How many times did Abe fail? Many times. How many times did he get back up? Every time. This is important for us to remember. When we fail, we can try again. Like Abe Lincoln. Chapter 3. the voice that shook a nation, from nobody to president. The year is 1858. Abraham Lincoln is 49 years old. He has failed many times. He has lost elections. He has lost loved ones. He has faced debts. He has faced sadness. But now, something important is happening in America. Slavery is the big problem. The country is divided. Some states allow slavery. Some states do not. People argue. They fight. They hate each other. America is like a house divided. It cannot stand. Abe Lincoln sees this. He knows something must change. He runs for the United States Senate. He runs against a man named Stephen Douglas. They have famous debates. 7 debates across Illinois. People come from miles away to listen. Imagine this. 2 men stand on a platform. One is tall and thin, Abe Lincoln. One is short and heavy, Stephen Douglas. They speak for hours. They talk about slavery, about freedom, about America's future. Abe Lincoln says, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." He means America cannot be half slave and half free. It must choose. It must be all free or all slave. He believes in freedom for all people. Many people disagree with Abe. They say he wants to make black people equal to white people. This makes some people angry. They call him names. They threaten him. But Abe stays calm. He speaks with reason. He speaks with heart. Abe loses the Senate election. Again, he fails. But something amazing happens. Because of these debates, because of his powerful words, because of his honest heart, people across America notice him. They hear about Honest Abe Lincoln. They like his message. They trust him. The year is 1860. A big election is coming. The election for President of the United States. The Republican Party needs a candidate. They think about Abe Lincoln. He's not famous like other men, but he has good ideas. He has a good heart. He has a strong voice. Picture this moment. Abe Lincoln sits in his home in Springfield, Illinois. He receives a letter. The letter says, "You are now the candidate for President of the United States." Abe cannot believe it. He is shocked. He is humble. He prays. He thinks about the big responsibility. The election is hard. Many people hate Abe Lincoln. They say he will destroy America. They say he will free all the slaves. They are afraid. Some states threaten to leave America if Abe wins. But on November 6, 1860, Abraham Lincoln wins the election. He becomes the 16th President of the United States. This is an amazing moment. A boy from a log cabin, a boy with no money, a boy who failed many times, is now the leader of the most powerful country in the world. As you listen to this story, notice words like election, president, and responsibility. These words are important for understanding American government. This story helps you improve your English listening skills while learning history. But Abe's victory brings trouble. Before he even becomes president, some southern states leave the United States. They form their own country. They call it the Confederate States of America. They want to keep slavery. They do not want Abe Lincoln as president. Abe must make a difficult choice. He can let these states leave, or he can fight to keep America together. He chooses to fight. He believes America must stay one country, one nation, under God, with freedom for all people. In February 1861, Abe Lincoln leaves Springfield, Illinois. He says goodbye to his friends. He says, "I now leave, not knowing when, or whether ever I may return. I cannot succeed without your help." His voice breaks. He cries. He knows the hard road ahead. Abe travels to Washington, D.C. for his inauguration. He must travel secretly, because people want to kill him. They hate him so much. He arrives safely. On March 4, 1861, Abraham Lincoln becomes President of the United States. His inauguration speech is beautiful. He says, "With malice toward none, with charity for all." He wants peace. He wants to heal the nation. But war is coming, the Civil War, the most terrible war in American history. Think about this turning point. One moment, Abe Lincoln is a country lawyer. The next moment, he is leading a nation at war. How did he do it? How did he change so much? The answer is simple. He never gave up. He kept trying. He kept believing. This is the power of perseverance. Chapter 4. The Weight of Freedom, Leading a Broken Country to Peace. The year is 1861. Abraham Lincoln is now president. But America is breaking apart. The Civil War begins. It is a terrible time. Brothers fight brothers. Fathers fight sons. The country bleeds. Abe Lincoln lives in the White House. It is a beautiful house, but Abe feels lonely there. His wife Mary is often sad. Their sons are young. The weight of the war is heavy on Abe's shoulders. He works day and night. He makes difficult decisions. He sends young men to fight. Some never come home. Imagine this. President Lincoln sits at his desk late at night. The White House is quiet. Candles burn low. Papers cover his desk. Maps of battlefields. Letters from soldiers' families. Reports of deaths. Abe reads every letter. He answers many himself. He cries for the mothers who lose sons. He prays for peace. The war is not going well for the North. The South wins many battles. People criticize Abe. They say he is a bad president. They say he should let the South go. They say he should give up. But Abe stays strong. He believes in his cause. He believes in freedom. He believes in one America. Abe makes mistakes. He changes generals many times. He searches for a good leader for his army. Finally, he finds General Ulysses S. Grant. Grant is tough. He fights hard. He does not give up, like Abe. In 1862, Abe Lincoln does something very important. He writes the Emancipation Proclamation. This is a long name, but it means freedom. This document says, all slaves in the Confederate States are now free. It does not free all slaves, but it is a beginning. It changes the war. Now the North fights not just to save America, but to end slavery. Picture this moment. January 1st, 1863. Abe Lincoln signs the Emancipation Proclamation. His hand is tired. He has shaken hands with many people that day. But he signs the document carefully. He knows this is history. He knows this will change lives. Black people across America hear the news. They cry with joy. They pray. They sing freedom songs. The war continues. It is bloody. It is terrible. But the North slowly wins. Abe visits soldiers in hospitals. He talks to them. He holds their hands. He writes letters to their families. He feels their pain. He shares their hope. In 1863, something wonderful happens. The North wins a big battle at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Many soldiers die there. Abe goes to Gettysburg to dedicate a cemetery for the dead. He gives a short speech, only 2 minutes long. But it is one of the greatest speeches in history. It is called the Gettysburg Address. Listen to these famous words. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. He speaks of a government, of the people, by the people, for the people. These words are still important today. As you listen to this story, notice words like freedom, equality, and democracy. These are powerful words in English. This story helps you understand American values while improving your listening skills. Abe Lincoln faces personal tragedy too. In 1862, his son Willie dies. Willie is only 11 years old. Abe is heartbroken. He visits Willie's grave often. He cries there. Mary Lincoln cannot handle the grief. She becomes very sad. Abe must be strong for her, and for the nation. The war continues. More battles, more deaths. But Abe never loses hope. He believes God has a plan. He believes America will heal. He works for peace. He wants the South to come back to America. He wants forgiveness, not punishment. In 1864, Abe runs for president again. Many people think he will lose. The war is long. People are tired. But Abe wins. He gets another term as president. This shows people trust him. They believe in his leadership. In April 1865, the war ends. The South surrenders. America is saved. Abe Lincoln is a hero. People cheer for him. They light bonfires. They sing songs. They celebrate freedom. After 4 long years, peace comes. Abe gives a speech after the victory. He talks about healing the nation. He says, "With malice toward none, with charity for all." He wants to help the South rebuild. He wants to help freed slaves find homes and jobs. He has big plans for America's future. Think about this success. A man who failed so many times. A man who lost so much. A man who carried the weight of a nation at war, now sees his dream come true. America is free. America is one. This is the power of never giving up. Chapter 5. The Final Sunset. A bullet, a legacy, and lessons that never die. The year is 1865. The war is over. Peace has come. Abraham Lincoln should be happy. He should rest. He should enjoy his victory. But fate has other plans. It is April 14th, 1865, Good Friday. They go to Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Abe Lincoln feels tired but happy. He and Mary decide to go to the theater. They watch a funny play called Our American Cousin. Abe laughs. He enjoys the play. He needs this joy after so many sad years. Imagine this. The theater is full. People are happy. The war is over. Everyone loves President Lincoln. They cheer when he enters his box. Abe smiles. He waves. He sits with Mary. He watches the play. But in the shadows, a man watches Abe. His name is John Wilkes Booth. He is an actor. He is from the South. He hates Abe Lincoln. He hates that the South lost. He hates that slaves are free. He has a gun. Picture this moment. The play continues. People laugh. Abe leans forward to listen. Booth quietly enters the president's box. He points his gun at the back of Abe's head. He pulls the trigger. Bang! The sound is loud. People scream. Booth jumps from the box to the stage. He shouts, "Sic semper tyrannis." This means, "Thus always to tyrants." Then he runs away. Abe Lincoln does not die immediately. They carry him to a house across the street. Doctors try to help him, but the wound is too bad. Abe breathes slowly. His friends and family gather around his bed. Mary cries. She holds his hand. Soldiers stand guard. The room is quiet except for Mary's sobs. At 7:22 in the morning on April 15th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln dies. He is only 56 years old. America loses its great leader just when peace comes. The nation mourns. Black people mourn especially hard. Abe gave them freedom. He believed in them when others did not. Abe Lincoln's body travels by train back to Springfield, Illinois. People line the railroad tracks. They weep. They hold candles. They sing hymns. Millions of Americans say goodbye to their president. He is buried in Springfield, near the home where he lived before becoming president. But Abe Lincoln's story does not end with his death. His legacy lives on. His dream lives on. Because of Abe Lincoln. Slavery ended in America. America stayed one nation. The idea that all men are created equal became stronger. A boy from a log cabin proved that anyone can become president. Abe Lincoln faced many failures. He lost elections. He lost businesses. He lost love. He lost children. He lost sleep. He lost friends. But he never lost his belief in America. He never lost his belief in freedom. He never lost his belief in doing what is right. As you listen to this story, notice how Abe Lincoln's life teaches us important lessons. This story helps you understand history while improving your English skills. Remember these words: perseverance, courage, and integrity. These words describe Abe Lincoln. What can we learn from Abraham Lincoln? Many things. First, never give up. Abe failed many times, but he kept trying. He kept learning. He kept growing. When life knocks you down, get back up. Like Abe. Second, be honest. People called him Honest Abe for a reason. He told the truth. He kept his promises. He paid his debts. Honesty builds trust. Trust builds strong relationships. Third, believe in fairness. Abe believed all people should be free. He fought for what was right, even when it was hard, even when people hated him. Stand up for what is right. Help those who cannot help themselves. Fourth, forgive others. After the war, Abe wanted to forgive the South. He wanted healing, not revenge. Forgiveness is hard, but it is necessary for peace. Fifth, read and learn. Abe had little formal education, but he read everything he could find. He never stopped learning. Knowledge is power. Keep learning every day. Think about this. Abraham Lincoln was not born great. He became great through hard work, through failure, through faith, through love. He started with nothing. He ended with everything: the respect of a nation, the love of millions, and a place in history. Today, we see Abe Lincoln's face on the penny, on the $5 bill. His statue sits in the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. People visit his memorial. They read his words. They remember his sacrifice. They feel inspired. Abe Lincoln once said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years." He lived only 56 years, but his life was full of purpose, full of meaning, full of impact. My dear friends, as we end this story, I want you to remember Abe Lincoln's journey, from a poor boy in a log cabin to the President of the United States, from failure to success, from sadness to hope. Your life may be hard sometimes. You may face failures. You may feel alone. But remember Abe Lincoln. Remember his courage. Remember his perseverance. Remember his heart. You too can overcome difficulties. You too can achieve your dreams. You too can make a difference in this world. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. This story is not just about history. It is about hope. It is about never giving up. It is about believing in yourself and in others. If you enjoyed this story about Abraham Lincoln, please like this video. Share it with your friends who are learning English. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Together, we can learn English through the lives of great people. Before you go, I want to ask you something important. Who should we learn about next? Who inspires you? Leave a comment below with your suggestions. Maybe it will be Harriet Tubman, the brave woman who helped slaves escape to freedom. Or maybe Thomas Edison, the inventor who failed 1,000 times before finding success. Your suggestions matter to us. Thank you for listening to this story. Thank you for learning English with us. Remember Abe Lincoln's words: the best way to predict your future is to create it. Go create your future with courage, with hope, with never giving up. Goodbye, my friends. Until next time.